Hey guys, welcome to Mortal Monster Wrestling and welcome to my NXT review of this week. So yeah, first up we got ourselves Kassius Ohno versus Kona Reeves in basically a squash match. So Ohno beat Reeves in 1 minute and 50 seconds and it was a good squash match. But the main thing came after the match because post match Kassius Ohno cuts a promo and he says that when he returned to NXT he was all hyped, but now his hype has gone. So yeah, these crowds are only hyped for those who are newcomers and they don't give the respect to the old timers in NXT. So yeah, he says that everyone who comes as a freshman, he's the standard barrier for them and he's going to beat up them and he's going to knock them out because he's a knockout artist. So yeah, this was a very good segment. Ono's role is basically he is the he is going to put people over. So I think it's he will be used for the next feud for either Keith Lee or Matt Riddle, bro. So yeah, next up we got ourselves a match between Forgotten Sons with Jackson Piker versus Street Profits, Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins. So yeah, it was a good match. It was great seeing Wesley Blake back because I know Wesley Blake is a very talented too. Not as talented as Buddy Murphy, but he is pretty talented too. And he's gotten kind of out of shape. I mean, I'm not fat shaming, but yeah, I'm just stating that he is not as good in as good shape as he was earlier. So yeah, it was a good match. Montez Ford is great. He is a very charismatic dude, and there was a very funny thing in this when Angelo Dawkins put a cup of beer to Montez Ford and he drinks it and he just yells and then runs wild on the Forgotten Sons. And yeah, he hit a beautiful looking tope on Forgotten Sons, and at last Forgotten Sons beat them when there was a distraction from the Mighty, and then there was a neckbreaker foot stomp combo from them. And it was a good thing. The match itself was pretty good, and also they are continuing to stir the pot between the Mighty and Street Profits. And also by this win, Forgotten Sons are in the undercard of the NXT Tag Team division because of course they are not on the level of O'Reilly and Strong and Mustache Mountain and War Raiders and also other people. I don't think there are other people. So yeah, this is a good undercard for NXT Tag Team division. And yeah, next up we got ourselves William Regal meeting Heavy Machinery, and Regal and Heavy Machinery is Otto Dozovic. I think that's his name, the fat one. I mean, I'm not fat shaming again, but yeah, he is the guy who is as wide as he's tall. So yeah, I'm not crucifying him. I'm not fat shaming him. Don't crucify me like you crucified Meltzer. So yeah, Otis Dozovic made a joke about that. Yes, he was the one who broke the toilet seat at the NXT locker room. So William Regal said that he didn't ask him about that. He asked him about the person who attacked Aleister Black, and they just said that they saw Tommaso Ciampa near him. And William Regal was furious that he broke the toilet seat. And then next up we got ourselves Ricochet and Dunn backstage, and Dunn was pissed that they were beaten by the Undisputed Era, and he blamed Ricochet for that. And in 2 weeks we are going to see this champion versus champion match, which is going to be absolutely fantastic. So next up we got ourselves Kairi Sane arriving, and she has got herself a chest, and inside the chest she has a treasure. And what's her treasure? That is the NXT Women's Championship, and it looked a great scene. So yeah, next up we got ourselves Kairi Sane versus Trish Adora. Trish Adora, of course, trained by the great Dudley Boys, and yeah, but this was basically a squash match to set up Kairi Sane for the next things. And yeah, it was just 2 minute 30-second squash. But post match we got ourselves Shayna Baszler coming out and cutting a promo that she has not forgotten that she has a rematch against Kairi Sane and she's going to beat Kairi Sane. And I find it good because Shayna Baszler is hungry for her title. The title means everything to her. She lost and she's hungry to get it back. She's not like Carmella, who has lost her title and she doesn't even care. She is just enjoying the thing with R-Truth and Ty Dillinger in the threesome. I mean, yeah, she's enjoying this stuff. And yeah, so they brawled, and Shayna Baszler leveled Kairi Sane with a clothesline, but then Kairi Sane somehow hit the strikes and the spear, and Shayna Baszler retreated. So yeah, next up we got Tommaso Ciampa in a pre-recorded promo, and he talked about that he is the last man standing, he is the greatest sports entertainer of all time, and he says that he has no challenger yet, that's why he has not been on NXT TV, and he says that he is not the voice of the voiceless, and he is not that guy who has all these sheeps behind him. He's the greatest sports entertainer of all time, and he is and only NXT champion. And then next up we got ourselves Lars Sullivan meeting William Regal. So this is a very good dynamic that they are making, because William Regal is having a kind of role in investigating who attacked Aleister Black, and it is fun because I know they can call the investigating team, but yeah, it's pro wrestling. It's supposed to be like this. It's not taken should it's not be taken that serious. I mean, some things should be taken serious, but yeah, this was fine and this was fun. Lars Sullivan said that if he would have attacked Aleister Black, he would have been standing above him. He saw those undisputed era geeks around him. I'm not saying that. I think Lars Sullivan means to say that, because I love undisputed era. So yeah, this was a fun segment, and next week we will get Lars Sullivan versus Raul Mendoza. So yeah. And finally, we got ourselves a match between Johnny Gargano versus Velveteen Dream, which was an absolutely fantastic match. And it again told the Gargano story that he has become Venom. I mean, Venom, the guy, Spider-Man guy. Yeah, because he can control himself. Ciampa is still in his head, and he is becoming Ciampa. And it was great because at last he was going for the draping DDT on Velveteen Dream on the outside, but then he saw a young Johnny Gargano fan, and then he stopped, and he was conflicted by it, and he was going to hit Velveteen Dream with the knee, because yeah, Tommaso Ciampa uses the knee, but then Velveteen Dream hits the Death Valley driver on him, not because he's a better wrestler than Gargano, but because Johnny Gargano was conflicted in it. And it also gave a big victory to Velveteen Dream, because he beat EC3 and now he beat Johnny Gargano, so he is on a rolling momentum. And yeah, Johnny Gargano's story continues, and I'm very intrigued where this story goes. And then the crowd there was a mixed reaction from the crowd. Some people chanted Johnny wrestling, some people chanted Johnny failure. It was fun. So yeah, this was my NXT review this week. NXT was a great show. We got Ohno in a storyline. We got ourselves Forgotten Sons in an undercard tag team. Shayna Baszler versus Kairi Sane rivalry is still rolling, which is a very good thing. And we got ourselves the dynamic of Regal investigating the Aleister Black's attacker. And we also got ourselves Gargano's story. And yeah, we got ourselves pretty much everything in this show. I will give this show an 8 out of 10. It was a very fun show. And also we got ourselves the rivalry between Pete Dunne and Ricochet rolling. So yeah, this was fantastic. This was a great show. I mean, there were not very good match. I mean, the Gargano Dream match was very good, but this was a very fun show. I've enjoyed it thoroughly. So yeah guys, this was my NXT review. Please comment, like, share and subscribe, and most importantly, comment, because I love your comments. I want your input in this. I want you to tell me what should I improve in this video. So guys, thank you and have a nice day.